he has a poetry album coming out. Oh, I guess y'all know this guy already. Known as Melanie. He also has a book. Is it out or is it coming out?
It's out.
It's out. It's out already. You gotta go get that, okay? It's out already. It's called The Language of My Imagination. All the way from Trenton, New Jersey. Y'all make some noise right now for Marvin Lewis, y'all. I'm gonna sit in your seat till you come back.
Yeah, good, man. How's everybody doing?
All right.
As he said, I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. But before I get started, I just want to shout out my family who came with me. Two of my 4 younger sisters. Raise your hand. And that's my mama in the middle.
My mama was here.
I'm the oldest of 5. I have 4 younger sisters. Crazy, close relationship with my mother and my grandmother, so I have an outsized respect for women. And I don't make any apologies for that. So with that being said, I'm gonna get into the first poem right away, which is a poem from my book that I have here with me tonight. And the poem is entitled, A Woman. A woman is a red diamond that shines in the dark. A beautiful sunset that effortlessly overwhelms cloudy days, taking the rain away. A woman is the most valuable thing that can be seen. It's not lions, tigers, or wind, but a woman is the strongest thing God has made. We as men are able to shoulder heavy burdens, but unfortunately, some women have to deal with verbal, physical, and emotional abuse, and she still treads forward. And it's sad because she's precious. Too precious to suppress her joy with emotionally oppressive statements, or to demean her importance with offensive lyrics. She is beautiful. Too beautiful to practice our strength, bestowing fear in her mind because it is ingenious. Women are too necessary to relate to them as insignificant, for they are God's greatest work, a priceless, incomparable gift. It's because of women that barbershops, fitness gyms, poetry, and music exist. Because it's by these venues and art forms a man prepares himself to obtain a woman. It's by them greatness is birthed. Geniuses are taught love, men are nurtured, and our homes are established. It is her love and support that breathes life into a man's dream, causing it to ferment in his mind and then be poured into a tangible existence. Everything gorgeous is in you. And if you are not the evidence of excellence, there is no proof. It is the closest a man can get to heaven without dying. But in one word, it's a woman.
Wow. I'm like, if I get married anytime soon?
The flip side of it, that is one aspect of what makes me a writer, is my respect, just affinity for women, what they offer us, what they provide. On the flip side of it, I've noticed that as a writer, a lot of times, for men, it becomes a little bit hard to express certain emotions. As men, we don't have a problem with expressing anger, disappointment, rage and these things, but hurt isn't something we're all too familiar with. For some of us, especially growing up, I know for me and a lot of my friends, it wasn't as if the male role models did a good job at telling us how to express these emotions. When they come out, oftentimes it's at the wrong time in front of the wrong people, and you see the condition that society is in present. So what this poem is entitled Clemency, which is another word for mercy or lenience. And it is basically a heart cry. something that I might not be able to tell the fellas, something that might not come out while watching the game, but something that goes on in the inside. Clemency. Climbing over what buries me to find a hideaway. Emerging from the debris of unforgiveness. Because my heart has been vandalized so many times. Christmas lists, love notes, lustful stares when I wasn't looking, and goodbye notes litter the floors in my mind. And when sweeping, I think, if only I could find a day to face a mirror and feel safe. I need a book with black pages to write a way that would turn my life around without knowing. So I might move beyond wondering if drowning would be the closest feeling to an immersive embrace. I have come to mistrust the help I need, so give me tears that can warp the pages of my biography, or tear me in two pieces too numerous to count or far too few to gather. I have been saving for tomorrow, but today I am not the right amount for what I imagine regarding the future. I've been trying to teach it my name since before it became a question, loathsome to answer. But I stand here caged by 3 hands and a face, robbed of every single moment if I've had one day. Begging for a mercy that is free because I never thought I was enough. Maybe I was too much for forethought. A day in the park or a walk to empty my heart until I could no longer guess what it was for. And so it goes. It's a curse of having everything and no one to call, so loose leaves became my shelter. And when my talkative walls would whisper, I lay on the floor beneath a low ceiling, gasping for the air or a prayer that screams, why did they have me? Why won't they have me? What am I for? And if I stood on my crescent before a black cloud covered it, would I be less covetous? I want to sleep as I did before tomorrow was lost in commitment to others. Because all I do now is daydream of the places I would go if I could trust, so set me free or on fire. But first let me play my heart through the chords that it dangled from. Still, they are the 88 keys that haven't unlocked the door that matters most. And maybe I will disappear with these words and arrive somewhere in the solitude of their meaning. I wonder if what I have become will outlive who I am now. I'm climbing over what buries me to find a hideaway from what everybody thinks I ought to fight, because in those kinds of battles I've lost most of me. If only I could find a day to face a mirror and feel safe. I wish to come alive and gladly pour out tears of gratitude as an oblation while listening to colors with a grin on my face, put there by love's muted secrets. But where on earth does an orphan go to feel the sand in his toes? Where can he hide that is bright enough? Tell me, what seat is his own? Is there a world that bemoans his absence? Perhaps there are a people that yearn for his acquaintance. But for me, there have been more sunsets than rises, but I believe he's risen, so I'll ask him this. Empty me of my insecurities with your expectations. Cripple the dances of my undying fear. Show me a door into who I am so far, Abba, and so far I have forgotten, so help me God. Because all I ever wanted was to answer his call, but I got distracted by their cough. And the truth is, I'm afraid of what I will need if I were to give all I have. But this will be the very end if I don't leave the cemetery of my past traumas. I've learned that the future is written by what our minds grapple with in these kinds of moments. And for some of us, even a decade of life still doesn't equal one tomorrow. Thank you.
Really, you're amazing, man. Thank you, man. One more time for Marvin Lewis, man. Express yourself. Express